My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, today we celebrate the feast of Saint Rose of Lima. She was born in South America in Peru, place called Lima, in the 16th century. She is from a very poor family. The father was from Spain and mother was from the local tribal community from Peru itself. If you look at the life of Rose, she was very beautiful, and as many were attracted by her beauty. And her parents, though poor, they had thought that when she grows up, she will marry with a handsome man and also rich man, and thus she could support the family. That was the desire of the parents. But Rose had different ideas. So she used to spend a lot of time in helping the poor. She didn't have much in her home, but she used to work in her garden behind her house. She used to plant the trees, the flowers, and some fruit gardens. And thus she was supporting the family. When she used to work in her courtyard, as she was working, all the mosquitoes and the insects would come and attack her. And she used to chase them, but she was also afraid by chasing them she might kill them. And therefore, sometimes she would say, "My little brothers, I love you all. I love all the creation of God. If you bite me, I cannot work. I cannot support my family. Can you go away from me and help me?" And it is said that the mosquitoes and insects would go away one side and she would work more. Thus, again, as she began her work, especially the needlework, stitching, her work was so beautiful. It attracted so much. People from all over could come to buy, and they were really fascinated by her work. And one day, she was reflecting about her life, and as she was working in her courtyard, she asked the Lord, "Lord, what do you want me? I want to serve you. How can I serve?" So she just decided she wanted to get a sign from heaven in order to respond her life to the call, whether she has a call to serve the Lord. And as she was working, as she was praying in her heart, immediately all the butterfly came around her head and formed a rosary. And she understood that this is a sign that she has to serve the Lord. And therefore, what she did, she would work with her handiwork and serve the poor, the sick, and all the sick people. She would visit them. That is the way she lived her life. My dear brothers and sisters, as we reflect the life of Rose, we can really understand the vocation of our life, why God has called each one of us. She did not live more years, only 31 years she lived, but she lived very meaningfully, serving the Lord, serving the poor, giving her time. Though she was poor, that would not prevent her to serve the Lord. Whatever she earned, with that little money, she was able to go out, because she would say always, serving the sick and poor is serving the Lord. So we should never fail to serve our neighbor. And also her another saying is, apart from the cross, there is no other ladder by which we can go to heaven. And she also realized in her life, and she says, the more sorrow that we go through in life, the more grace comes in our life. So my dear friends, let us try to live. All these saints are an inspiration for us, especially Saint Rose of Lima, who really gave her life and also served Jesus Christ by serving the poor and sick. May God inspire all of us so that we can imitate Saint Rose of Lima.